There is a lawsuit that is shaking the life insurance industry right now. NASCAR champion Kyle Busch and his wife Samantha are suing Pacific Life and one of its agents for misrepresenting their Pacific Discovery Accelerator, or PDX, index universal life policies, causing more than $8.5 million in losses. I'm going to explain exactly what went wrong and why this is not a problem with IULs in general. It's a problem with how the policies were designed and sold. Hi, I'm Sue Cunningham, the Wealth Protection Lady. I act as a fiduciary, helping people nationwide protect and grow their money using insurance-based products such as Index Universal Life and annuities. The lawsuit names Pacific Life Insurance Company, one of its agents, and a Pacific Life executive. The Bushes say the policies were pitched as low-risk, self-funding retirement vehicles, when in truth they were, in their words, financial traps, and promised performance was unattainable due to policy design. I'd like to break things down into 7 key factors that will paint a picture of what caused this disaster. Number 1. The Busch family IULs were not structured properly. When used as a vehicle for wealth accumulation, an IUL should always be structured with the lowest death benefit the IRS will allow, which maximizes cash accumulation. Otherwise, the fees can eat the policy alive. It's like trying to swim with weights strapped to your ankles. The Busch family IUL policies were designed with extremely high initial death benefits. These were huge amounts of insurance that they did not need, and were chosen by the agent who coerced Busch and his wife into purchasing them under the guise that they were necessary for the policies. A higher death benefit directly results in higher fees and a higher commission for the agent. Their policies also included the Enhanced Performance Factor rider, which comes at an enormous fee of 7.5% annually. It provided no benefit to the Bushes with how these policies were structured, without actual performance to enhance, and all it did was add an additional fee. By cranking the death benefits and fees up to 11, the agent structured the policies with his own commission in mind, and knowingly created a completely unsustainable situation to take hold of the Bushes' wealth. Over time, all the money they put into their policies would be eaten away by these fees, offsetting any actual index gains and resulting in massive net losses. Number 2, an ill-advised internal replacement. After securing the highest commission possible on the original policies, the agent also went back in for seconds. 4 years into Kyle Busch's policy, the agent advised an internal 1035 exchange into the new PDX2, claiming it offered better performance and flexibility. In reality, the transaction gave no benefit to the Bushes. What it did do, however, was generate a new round of fees, loads, and commissions. Now, not only was this transaction a suspicious move by the agent, he was also recommending this replacement on direct guidance from Pacific Life personnel. Life insurance carriers can't do this. They must act as an impartial party providing insurance for the client. And it was a gross overreach by the carrier of their responsibilities and position to take an active role in financial planning advice. Number 3, 5-year funding instead of 7. The policies were structured for 5 years of contributions instead of 7, which significantly increases expenses. Despite that, the agent allegedly told the Bushes the policies would self-fund afterwards, which the lawsuit claims is false. Shorter funding periods dramatically stress IULs, especially expensive ones. In other words, they were led to believe, pay for a few years and the policy takes care of itself. That promise is foundational, because if it's false, everything else collapses. On top of that, the agent was allegedly supposed to switch the policies to the level death benefit option at the first policy anniversary, but failed to do so. That left the net amount at risk and the cost of insurance charges unnecessarily high. Number 4, the PDX bonus is nearly impossible to understand, and it can disappear. The PDX includes a very complex bonus feature. It is extremely difficult to calculate. It changes from year to year. And if the policy underperforms, even slightly, the bonus goes away. Pacific Life uses part of its internal fees to fund the bonus, which means you pay for it whether you receive it or not. If the illustration doesn't match reality, the bonus evaporates and the client is left holding the bag. Number 5, omission of key documents and failure to provide disclosures. As well, the agent allegedly did not deliver the buyer's guide and policy summary containing mandatory disclosures required by North Carolina law. And he used an incomplete placeholder illustration to submit the policy quickly and did not replace it with a final in-force illustration reflecting the actual funding strategy. The lawsuit further alleges the agent failed to disclose critical aspects of the policies, including substantial ongoing costs, change in non-guaranteed elements, volatility of crediting rates, and risk of policy lapse. These things are essential in determining whether a life insurance policy performs or collapses, and without adequate knowledge of them, the client will just be left in the dark. With the agent not providing key documents and in-depth explanations of disclosures, the Busches didn't have the necessary tools to decipher the mechanisms of the financial products they had invested several $million in. Number 6. PDX is distributed through the most expensive channels in financial services. Pacific Life does not offer the PDX to everyday independent agents. They only distribute it through wirehouses like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and Merrill Lynch. These are broker-dealers that charge extremely high royalty and distribution fees, and those costs get baked into the product, meaning you, the client, pay for it through inflated internal charges. The PDX IUL is widely known among financial professionals as the highest cost IUL ever created. When I say highest, I don't mean like 20% more. I mean like 2 to 3 times more expensive than properly structured, consumer-friendly IUL. So right out of the gate, this IUL starts with a massive cost disadvantage. The agent's regulatory history in North Carolina alone should have prevented him from structuring, marketing, or selling such complex and high-value IUL policies, as the North American Department of Insurance disciplined him for providing false and misleading information on his license application, including failing to disclose a criminal conviction. Number 7. Pacific Life agents can choose their commission level. Pacific Life gives agents the ability to target how much commission they want to earn on a PDX sale. That means the agent can choose the maximum commission level, which is already 2 to 3 times higher than commissions on a consumer-friendly IUL. And that's even if the policy is structured correctly. Now combine that with an improper structure and you get a perfect storm of a high commission for the agent and massive fees and losses for the client. Over time, the Busches paid $10.4 million in premiums. Meanwhile, the agent allegedly received millions of dollars in commissions and overrides, and the family continued paying premiums long after the policies had become unsustainable. In the fall of 2023, after 5 years of contributions, the Busches received an unexpected premium due notice from Pacific Life. This was despite being told in writing that the prior payment would be their final required premium. When they requested a Zoom meeting, the agent was allegedly evasive, and this is when the family realized they may have been misled. An independent audit found the policy, as designed, would lapse within 16 months unless they contributed millions more. IULs are not the problem. Bad design, misrepresentation, and a notoriously expensive product are the problem. This family actually paid more in fees than the amount of premiums they paid. The agent's commission was more than the year one premium. An IUL can be a powerful financial tool if it is designed well. And it's a very tragic situation that Kyle Busch and his family suffered such extensive losses from a bad product laid out with deceptive and misleading sales techniques. But we can find some hope in the fact that the Busches are fighting back, because from this high-profile case, maybe we could see some change in the industry and better accountability from agents and insurers. If you're new here, please check out the rest of my channel if you're interested in seeing more videos about properly structured IULs and how to use them to plan for your retirement.